Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Ranked, where I climb the online VGC 16 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. Just going to hop into today's episode. We did debut a brand new team in the last episode, revolving around Kyogre and Xerneas. Also wanted to take the opportunity to try out Mega Mawile in this format, since I really haven't gotten an opportunity to do so at all. So, pretty excited for it. The last episode really played out pretty nicely, got some nice wins on the board, and today we're trying to jump into the 1700s. So, let's see what exactly we can do with the team. As always, if you enjoy Road to Rank, please share your support by leaving a like in the video. I'd really appreciate it. In addition, I know a bunch of you guys have been asking about whether I'm going to do an analysis on the Groudon and Palkia team, and I am planning on doing so. Just have to figure out when I have free time, because right now it's kind of a time crunch since school just started, so getting acclimated to all my classes and making sure everything goes well to start off. But yeah, this should be a pretty exciting month with February coming up as well. A bunch of tournaments, 2 regionals that I'll be attending in California and Oregon, and then a bunch of premier challenges as well, I think. And we're going to kick off the episode with a Japanese opponent from Japan with a rating of 1651. Rocking a team of Kangaskhan, Talonflame, Smeargle, Gengar, and wow, I don't know why I said Smeargle, I meant to say Sableye, Xerneas, and Groudon. So the Sableye definitely sticks out to me the most, just because it could potentially be Mega Sableye. I don't anticipate it being Mega Sableye, but you know, that's always an option. My opponent actually has 3 potential Megas in Kangaskhan, Gengar, and Sableye. Talonflame for Tailwind support most likely, Xerneas and Groudon here, probably the most common legendary duo as of right now. So let's see, my own Xerneas can be decent just because I can kind of stop my opponent's Xerneas, especially if he's not max speed, since I am max speed. I can obviously just knock out Sableye, but he's got 2 fire types and a poison type in the Talonflame, Gengar, and the Groudon. First of all, I should probably figure out which Mega I want to bring. This one is a little bit tougher. Normally I'd be inclined to bring Mawile, but he's got Talonflame, Sableye, which can Will-O-Wisp potentially, and Gengar. And I just realized I actually still didn't play rough on this Mawile, so I do need to do that after this episode, though Rock Slide could actually help us more here. But perhaps Mawile's still not the worst of calls. Maybe going the Tailwind option here to match my opponent's Tailwind. I don't like a Moongus. So yeah, I think I'm going to go with Crobat, Mawile, Kyogre, and Xerneas. I like those. Lock in, and we'll see how this goes. No need for a Moongus, really, because he's got 2 Fire-type Pokemon which can stop it, and potentially taunt users as well, in Sableye and Gengar. And Salamence here is definitely not a bad call. It would maybe help out a lot, but the priority Will-O-Wisp is what scares me, though I guess I am mainly Hyper Voice. But he's going to lead with the Sableye and the Gengar against my Crobat and Mawile, which is alright here. I am able to get an Intimidate off, though that actually doesn't really matter here. More importantly, though, I'll probably be able to switch out the Mawile next turn, or this turn, and maybe go for a... go into my Xerneas, I'm thinking. So I'm wondering, I think one of these two definitely are going to be the Mega, honestly. I would go into Kyogre, but then he can win the Weather War, since without a doubt he's got the Groudon in the back. Another thing I could do is actually just go for the Quick Guard, or I can Tailwind Protect and then Taunt the following turn. But Sableye here could potentially have Taunt too. And the main thing is I don't want to get Mawile burned right now. Maybe I'll go for the Taunt here onto Sableye. And protect Mawile. Sure, let's scout out this first turn. Okay, so he's going to be Mega Gengar. Though I guess the bad thing about this is if he taunts my Crobat with his Sableye, I'm actually a little bit screwed. So maybe I should have considered that. Oh, but he has Gravity. That's cool. Not what I was anticipating, but a nice move there. So I do get the taunt off, but let's see if he has Mental Orb. Ah, he does. That's not good. That is not good. He's going for Hypnosis. Nice. It's better than getting burned, though, I guess. So he knows another taunt might be coming onto Sableye, so he could take this opportunity to set up a Tailwind. Could also Quick Guard in case he Will-O-Wisps. Actually, I like that. I'll Quick Guard and Iron Head Gengar. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so Mawile is going to Mega Evolve here. Quick Guard goes up, so Sableye won't at least be able to touch my side of the team, meaning no Will-O-Wisp. But he actually goes for the taunt. Okay, that's fine. He's probably gonna Hypnosis my Mawile though. Yeah. Which is not good. However, if I wake up, like, then I can just instantly knock him out. So, it's not the worst of concerns. It's better than Mawile getting burned, honestly. I might just spam Quick Guard, forcing the Sableye to switch out. Though I could go for a Super Fang. Predicting him to switch out into the Groudon. I'm going to Super Fang him here. I think he might switch out, and I'll Iron Head Gengar again. He might protect Gengar and switch out Sableye. Oh, nope, he actually just goes for a Taunt again. Okay. What does Gengar go for? Super Fang's not going to affect him. Yep. The Hex? Oh, that's interesting. How much damage does that do? What? That knocks me out? Wow. I did not see that coming. Ooh, this is not pretty. This is not pretty at all. If I bring in Kyogre, I at least force the switch out into the Groudon. And then I could Super Fang Ice Beam him, I guess. But he can Hypnosis me with Gengar. Wow, Gravity? I did not see the Sableye Gengar lead with Gravity and Hypnosis. Like, that was about the last combination I was expecting. Also didn't think Hex would be coming out from that Mega Gengar, but very cool to see. Well played by my opponent, and this is bad. This is really bad. So he's probably just going to Hypnosis me here. I can't even do anything about that. I'd have to hope for a quick Wake Up, maybe. I don't think he has Encore, though, so I'll at least protect this turn to stall out a turn of Gravity. But man, this is a pretty crazy game. He's going to go for the Taunt onto Xerneas, and the Super Fang is going to fail. Oh, the Sludge Bomb coming out. Okay, well, that could maybe help me out here. Still can't Tailwind. So I'll just go for the Dazzling Gleam here, I guess. Sludge Bomb... Actually, no, he might just be able to pick up the Knockout, since he seems like he's really special attack heavy. Yikes. Does that knock me out? Let's see. Okay, no, I hang on with 10 HP, but I'm gonna get poisoned. Well, that effectively eliminates any chance I have from winning this game, just because now I lose the Weather War guaranteed. Whereas, if he didn't pick up the Knockout, I could at least maybe pull something off by getting the Weather Control into my favor, and sweeping with Kyogre in the end. So that's a little bit demoralizing, but he played that beginning, really well, and I was kind of just shut down instantly from Mawile and Gengar, but, or not Mawile and Gengar, Sableye and Gengar, but it's not every day you expect to see Hypnosis with Gravity, but very cool combination, and one that can definitely catch you off guard. So yeah, maybe Sableye would have been, or Salamence would have been a better Pokemon to bring as a lead matchup. I was just really fearing something like Kangaskhan Xerneas, because then you can just fake out Geomancy, and then I don't have a great answer to stop that. But perhaps leading with something like Salamence and Crobat would have been the play, as opposed to Mawile. Though I really did like Mawile's chances in this matchup. Yeah, so he's going to bring in Xerneas, but obviously his fourth one is going to be Groudon, so with that, I really have no shot at winning. Let's see, what do you do here if you're my opponent? You probably switch Gengar out into Groudon and protect. Or maybe you just attack Geomancy. Maybe I can pull something off here. Let's try to think. Let's say I just go for the water type attack because he doesn't switch out. Then maybe I could still win. But I don't know though. I feel like if he switches Gengar out into Groudon and protects Xerneas, then a play I can make here is going for the Super Fang and the Ice Beam onto it. I'm gonna make that play. I can't see any other way for me to win. Okay, well he does withdraw Gengar, so let's see if Xerneas protects here or not. And I realize I'm just messing all my Pokemon names up today into the Groudon. So that should do around, maybe even put him in Ice Beam KO range. So if he protects Xerneas here, I actually have a decent opportunity to come back, because the thing is, once Groudon gets knocked out, then I'll be able to use my water type attacks again. But he's smart enough not to protect with Xerneas. Great move there. So we might see a Geomancy here. But I'm faster, so even if he sets up Geomancy, I could potentially Tailwind. But he did go for the Geomancy, yeah. Nice play. So he knew that if he went for the protect, he could have lost. I guess, yeah, I mean, there's little risk there. Like, I guess if I taunted and Ice Beamed, maybe that could have done something. Though it's still actually not over. Okay, so he's probably bulkier. So I'm definitely tailwinding here, I think. The question is, does this Groudon protect here? If I can survive a Moonblast, maybe I can still win this one. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm just gonna go for the Ice Beam onto Groudon. Okay, yep, there's the Moonblast though. Oh, but he targets Crobat, maybe expecting Protect. Nice! Okay, so we can still maybe win this one. So Tailwind goes up, and since Kyogre outsped Xerneas before, I definitely outspeed him now. Ice Beam connects. But now this is the biggest turn of mind games, because the question is, does your Gengar protect? Based off how much damage, I'm guessing he might be even modest Xerneas, since Moonblast did that much to the Crobat. Man, if my Xerneas didn't faint from poison, maybe you really could have pulled something off here. I mean, the game's still not over, so I don't mind bringing this back, but I'm gonna Super Fang, without a doubt. Does he protect Gengar here? I feel like you've got to protect Gengar. Yeah, he's definitely protecting Gengar, I think. Yeah, I think I still lose here. But I'm gonna protect Kyogre, assuming he protects Gengar. Okay, so I protect first. Does Gengar protect? Oh, Xerneas what? Unless Gengar protected as well. Oh man, outplayed. Props to you, sir. Wow. He went all in on that. Wow. So if I just water spouted there, I could have very well won. But I guess that was kind of a 50-50 call whether Gengar protects or not. I thought he really had to, but no, he made the one play that counteracted mine. So if I can survive a Moonblast here... Actually, no, Water Spout, yeah, wasn't even going to do enough. Very nicely played, though. What? I do hang on, so a crit onto Xerneas. Gengar might actually survive the Origin Pulse. Also, actually, all he has to do is protect here with the Xerneas. Yeah. So that was an excellent read on my opponent's end. I thought it was one of those plays where, I don't know, he just had to kind of go for it, but he made a kind of ballsy prediction. Because the thing is, if I just Water Spouted there, and I do knock out Gengar, so... I mean, I'm pretty pleased to be able to bring the game back slightly, but I'm kind of sad since there was actually a very good shot of winning this one. But now that Tailwind peters out, it's basically GG. Because, let's say I Water Spouted that turn, then I'd get a Super Fang and a Water Spout off. Then again, actually, I guess you just stall out Tailwind, right? Yeah, if I'm counting my Tailwind turns correctly. So, let's see. 1, 2... Yeah, I think my opponent would have been able to win anyway. But that was a really great game. For a terrible lead matchup, at least we brought it slightly back into my favor. Only losing 0-1, but kind of sad there just because, you know, it could have actually gone a lot better if I just played the lead matchup a little bit better. But it's not every day you run into Gravity, Sableye, and Mega Gengar with Hypnosis. So good lesson to learn from there, and we'll definitely take that going forward. So let's look for the second match of today's episode, trying to recover from that loss and picking up a win here. But yeah, I'm trying to think about the end game there for the last match. Since I had 3 turns of Tailwind, if you protect with Gengars, we're going to find another Japanese opponent with a rating of 1579. Yeah, since Xerneas can survive a turn and then Dazzling Gleam or Moonblast can knock me out. I mean, it might come down to me hitting my attacks. But he's going to lead with Salamence, or my opponent's going to have Salamence, Kangaskhan, Groudon, Kyogre, Cresselia, and Whimsicott. So dual Primal and dual Mega here, which is pretty interesting. And then you have 2 support Pokemon, Cresselia for Trick Room maybe, and Whimsicott for Tailwind. So kind of a popular kind of core with the dual primals right now. Sometimes you see Bronzong with it, which was a team that was used in Japan. I do like Mawile here a little bit more. Then again, Salamence helps out against the Kangaskhan and the Groudon. And he's weak to Hyper Voice, like nothing resists Hyper Voice. But Mawile is very helpful against both his Megas, which is the main selling point here. And then again, it doesn't do anything against the Primals, right? Especially since I don't have to play Rev. So yeah, I think Salamence is the call here then. So I will go with Salamence. And I want a Mungus here because there's a decent chance he's going to go for a Trick Room setup. Maybe I'll actually lead Salamence and Mungus here for redirection support as well. And for the back two, I'll go Kyogre Xerneas. Yeah, I like that. Alright, let's see if we can recover in this one. But man, that last game. Oh, that was a nail biter. But I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think that play actually makes a lot of sense considering Tailwind turn, since then he could Dazzling Gleam me. But, okay, I'm going to lead Salamence and Mungus here. He's going to lead with the Whimsicott and the Groudon, which is a pretty solid lead here, actually, because I, first of all, get the Intimidate off, which could ruin Precipice Blade's damage, but more importantly, I can immediately just put on pressure with Hyper Voice, which is pretty nice. And I could just switch into my Kyogre as well. So a bunch of options here right from the get-go. So Dazzle Lens obviously going to activate. I know I'm definitely Mega Evolving and Hyper Voicing here with Salamence. The question is, what do I do with the Mungus? And I think the answer to that is just switch out into Kyogre. Because he doesn't have any answers right now. If he protects and Tailwinds, then I just Hyper Voice and he can't use his Fire type attack, so he's forced to switch out. Oh, but he could have Worry Seed on Groudon, or on Whimsicott. And so what Worry Seed does is it gets rid of Kyogre's ability and puts the weather back into my opponent's favor. At the same time, a -1 Groudon, even under Tailwind, isn't going to do very much against my Salamence and my Kyogre. So I don't see how much I can lose from this first turn. And I do want to conserve the Amoonguss because it does give me a nice matchup against the Kyogre, which my opponent most likely has in the back. So I am going to pull the switch out here. And Amoonguss could actually Spore the Groudon too if Rain is up. So I'm going to bring in my own Kyogre here just to get the weather back into my favor. I'm still curious on which Mega Evolution my opponent decided to bring. If it's Salamence, then I can actually just get my Amoonguss in and then go for a Rage Powder Draco Meteor or a Rage Powder Ice Beam. And if it's Kangaskhan, then Amoonguss will also help. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted Amoonguss, just for redirection to support the offensive users of this team. Xerneas can also really help out against both Salamence and the Kyogre in the late game. So let's see what he goes for here. Maybe a double protect. Oh, but he actually just goes for a Tailwind, and he's not going to protect Groudon, which makes sense. Maybe going for a Precipice Blades, predicting something. Or maybe just launching a Fire type attack. But I assume we're going to see a Ground type attack come out here. And that did over 50% to Groudon. Wow, that's offensive Groudon. And he has Rock Slide. Okay. So he actually misses Salamence, which is super, super unfortunate. But this is Physical Groudon then. I wonder if he has Endeavor with Whimsicott. Maybe I just go for the double. Because even if he Endeavors, he can only pick up a knockout on one of my two Pokemon, so I can just Hyper Voice and Water Spout. And that's what I'm going to go for here. And if he doesn't have Endeavor, then he's in a lot of trouble. So even with the Tailwind up, neither of his Pokemon can do too much. Whimsicott's typically not too offensive, though it being Grass and Fairy type can threaten both of my Pokemon right now, should it have something like Energy Ball, Grass Knot, Moonblast, etc. But the turn 1 played out very nicely, and that Groudon clearly has like no HP or special defense investment, given that Hyper Voice was able to do that much, which is excellent. But he actually does have the Endeavor. However, targeting down Kyogre, he is going to go for the Rock Slide here. Going to be able to connect. As long as I don't flinch here, I do pick up a double knockout, which would be huge. I do lose the Weather Ward, but that doesn't really matter much if I knock out Groudon here. So no flinch, please. Nice. Get the Hyper Voice off. Pick up a double knockout. So that's exactly why I didn't protect with either of my Pokemon, because I would be actually really screwed if I protected with one and he targeted the other. And I was very close towards protecting Salamence there, since, you know, obviously Salamence threatens with the ability to just go for a Hyper Voice and knock out both of your Pokemon. So he probably has Kyogre in the back. And the last one, I'll bring in a Amoonguss here. I'm hoping to see Salamence. There's the Kyogre. I mean, hoping to see Kangaskhan. Nice, that's Kangaskhan. That is good news for me. So what I'll be able to do is stall out the first turn of Tailwind by going for the double protect. And then I can actually go for the Spore onto Kangaskhan. And then Geomancy to win the game, I think. Let's see. So I'm definitely double protecting here. Now the one thing, like normally that's a relatively risk-free play against Tailwind, but Kangaskhan's a Pokemon that does carry Power-Up Punch sometimes. So if my opponent predicts the double protect, you can actually Power-Up Punch his own Kyogre. And that would actually be a game-winning play, I think. So really hoping he doesn't make that play right now. If he doesn't, I feel pretty comfortable about my chances of winning, because then what I'll be able to do is just go for a Hyper Voice and a Spore onto Kangaskhan. If he doubles up onto Amoonguss, then I'll just double protect the following turn, and then Salamence outspeeds Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan doesn't carry protect most likely, and then I can Geomancy to win the game. So it comes down to A, what he does this turn, and B, whether he has Power-Up Punch or not. If he doesn't have Power-Up Punch, barring any crazy hacks, I think I should be able to win this one, despite this being the first turn of Tailwind, but still very early on to say, so let's see. He's just going to go for the Fake Out onto Amoonguss, though, and the Thunder onto Salamence. Okay, wasn't expecting that, so no Ice Beam, which is even better news. So here I am not going to go for the Rage Powder, I am just going to go for the Hyper Voice and the Spore onto the Kangaskhan. Yeah. So he's just going to go for the Double Edge. Gonna target down a Moon. Oh, that's a crit. Come on. No. No. I had the game. Unless Hyper Voice knocks out Kang here. That'd be hype. I should have Double Edged it. That is so frustrating, man. It really is. Because Double Edge definitely doesn't knock out Amoonguss with Citrus Berry. Then I heal back. I get the Spore onto Kangaskhan. Then I just Rage Powder Geomancy to win the game. So he had to get the crit there to win, and he got it. Oh, that sucks. At least stall out the last turn of Tailwind here. Man, that really does blow, though. Okay, let's see. Does he not have a water type attack? Like, I mean, I guess I'll Geomancy here. Yeah. Maybe he could knock himself out from Double Edge Recoil, and Thunder somehow doesn't knock. Okay. I'm done. I'm done. Ugh. Pokemon, you kill me sometimes. Good game, sir. Good game. So 2 losses in today's episode, but this one definitely should not have been the loss. And the last one, you know, poor matchup in the beginning, was able to make it at least pretty close at the end. But this one was definitely a little bit frustrating. But hey, that's what happens when you play Pokemon. So can't complain too much about that. But that's going to be it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. The first game was definitely really cool, and the second game was just a little bit frustrating since he needed potentially both of those crits to win if he didn't have a water, or I don't know why he was going for Thunder as opposed to something like Origin Pulse or Water Spout, but maybe he was afraid of my damage output. But yeah, that one definitely hurts a little bit. I guess I couldn't really have won the end game there. The second crit didn't matter. Actually no, the way my win condition there was him to go for a Double Edge, Xerneas to survive, Kangaskhan to knock itself out from recoil, I get the Geomancy up, and then somehow Kyogre doesn't knock me out because then a Moonblast wins the game. So could have potentially won there, barring if I had low damage rolls and he went for a Thunder again, but you know, it is what it is. But it's going to be it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like always if you did, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright, peace.